Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube, Biggie546? Now, this is gonna be my favorite video I've done so far this year. I just love to see it. I love to see it. I could title this video Ojulari, just Ojulari, and it would get a bunch of views. I could just focus on Azeez Ojulari, but it's not fair. I gotta focus on this entire defensive line. I mean, let's give a shout out to this entire defensive line, which first of all did not have Danny Shelton playing and had their best game of the season. Now that's just my opinion. That's just me noticing something. But Danny Shelton was not available, and they had their best game of the season. They limited the rushing yards. They got some serious pass rush. They were also going against a banged up and just poor offensive line. But I just had to throw that jab in there. This play, it just shows attitude. It just shows discipline. It just shows what we have not had for most of the season along the line, at least at the edge position. Shout out to my man Quincy Roche right here. Quincy Roche, a guy who I wanted to get in the 3rd or 4th round, but we get him. He was an undrafted free agent. They cut him from the Steelers, and he ends up on the Giants. And I think this dude is a steal. He's going to be a rotational guy for us for years if he can stay on this same trajectory. Let's just watch this, because a lot of guys, I've been waiting for one of our edges to do this all season long. I've been waiting all year long for this. So you're gonna see him line up in a standing position, 2-point stance, and just watch it. The run is gonna go away from him. He's not gonna collapse down on the running back and miss the tackle like so many of our edges have done. And he's gonna go out and watch him. There's no cutback when you got Quincy Roche here. There's no cutback. There's no cutback right there, man. I just love it, man. It's not like he really shut down the play completely. But look at this. That's what you want your defensive end doing. You want to send a tight end over to block me? No. And listen, again, I say this all the time. I appreciate you people who say it respectfully. But over here on this channel, we pause things, we rewind things, we talk. That's what we do over here. There's a ton of people who do film sessions. And hey, listen, if that works out for them, that works out for them. But over here, we pause things and we talk. That's what I'm doing over here. Anyway, you're not going to block Roche with a tight end, and I love it. Okay, so we got my mini shout out to Quincy Roche out of the way. Now let's look at the stars. The stars on your defensive line: Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Azeez Ojulari making his presence felt. These guys stepped up. Lorenzo Carter stepped up in spots too, mostly in the run game, but I think he's pretty much reached his ceiling. He's not going to be that good of a pass rusher. Anyway, right here you got Leo lined up in that 4-3 spot again. Again, playing a little bit of 4-3 defensive end. This time he's lined up outside of the tackle over the tight end. They're going to try to you're going to try to block him with this tight end, which is the worst idea that they could have ever come up with. And he's just going to collapse the pocket and pretty much shut down this play. Now, he did get the ball off, but this is a pressure. And you have no business. Number 80 had a bad day. They sent him out there to block defensive ends all day, and it just didn't work out. Now, this play right here, this is the sack. This is the sack that we all know. Now, Leonard Williams, he's going to apply the pressure. Azeez finishes it. They ended up giving them both the half sack, but I believe that, Leonard Williams missed the tackle, so he shouldn't have got credit for this sack. Should have been Azeez's whole sack, but Leonard Williams really made this play. So you're going to see him at that defensive tackle position again. They're sending number 80 across the line to try to pick up Leonard Williams, and it's not going to work. Not going to work. He doesn't pick up anybody. Leonard Williams completely just sheds through all of that. The tackle goes the wrong way, and he just left Leonard Williams alone right there. And, of course, he's in the backfield, misses the sack. You got to wrap up right there, man. You got to wrap up, kind of get stiff-armed, and Azeez Ojulari comes and cleans it up. Azeez kind of tackled the tackle and Sam Darnold. So this is what we want. We want guys rallying. So if someone misses a sack like they have in the past, you got somebody right there to follow it up. Azeez should have gotten his full sack, though. Now, a couple of times, they just had Leonard Williams on the tight end. They just had him on the tight end. By the way, Leo is right here in the middle of your screen. Dexter Lawrence is big 97. Right to the right of him is Leonard Williams. They had him on the tight end a couple of times. That was a bad idea. They had him over the tackle. They didn't block him the last play. This is when you just get to see him line up and kind of get double teamed. At the start of it, the guard kind of works off way too soon. But you're going to just see Leo fire off the ball. They try to double team him right here. It's almost like a chip play from this guard. Doesn't affect Leo at all. Watch Leo bench press this grown man. Push him away with one arm. And at this point, this is a safety. Should be Leo's sack. Should be a sack. But again, last year's film session on Leo, I talked about the long arms. The long arms are a serious factor, especially inside when you got guys with short arms and when you got tackles with short arms, because Leo is a tall dude. So you're just going to see him fire off the ball, get doubled, bench press of the arm, safety. So around this part of the game, Azeez Ojulari started to take the game over. Number 70, Brady Christensen, had a poor day. You saw he gave up that safety to Leonard Williams. And when he tried to block Ojulari one-on-one, it was a bad day for him. Ojulari pretty much just ran the corner on him every time. Kind of used that long arm, kind of stiff arm on him. I'm not sure how long Brady Christensen's arms are. I don't know about that. Don't remember from the combine and all that stuff. But watch Azeez fire off this ball. This is who we drafted. This is who we drafted. This is who we drafted. I mean, this is what you expect when you take somebody at the mid-second round, late second round, but you thought he was a top 20 talent. This is how he fires off the ball. Just pure speed and athleticism will get a ton of these guys to the quarterback. Watch it just one more time. And you'll see it a couple more times. Arm in the chest. And this time he fakes like he's going to put his hand on his chest. And he just swipes away that outside arm. And he's right there at the quarterback. A split second longer, he holds onto the ball. That's a sack fumble. Now, people, this is the very next play. Ojulari lined up way outside this time again. And you're just going to see him fire off the ball again like a missile. Fire off the ball, and he barely touches him. This is what we've been looking for out of a pass rusher in New York. And right there gets the sack. Again, this isn't much to break down. This is just pure athleticism. You see him come into contact. He's not giving him any part of his body. He's getting skinny, attacking the left side. This tackle has not been able to protect his outside hand. Very weak. Look at the tackle stance. He's trying to force him upfield, but he's not in a position of power right here. He's completely vertical. And he's just going to attack that outside shoulder, kind of feint that hand into the chest, disengage, and just continue to go outside and get his first sack. I think this is his second sack of the game. And this is another play I got to show you right here. Azeez again, number 51. You see Logan Ryan to the left. Azeez is lined up on the hand in the dirt right next to Logan Ryan. Watch Azeez this play. Split this. Come and make a tackle for loss. We gotta highlight the run plays too. Because Azeez, a criticism I had for Azeez at the beginning of my scouting process was that he might have issues in the run game at the beginning. He's got to put on some strength. But look at him. Shedding this double team. I mean, he's got two big guys. I think this is Deontay Brown, the big dude, Deontay Brown from Alabama. I can't tell, but it looks like his body type. And I know he's on the Panthers. Nonetheless, he sheds this, uses his speed to his advantage. 72 thinks that, he's got everything under control, but he really just allowed Ojulari into the backfield, and he's going to make that TFL. And this is the last Ojulari play I'm going to show you. Again, 51. Right side of your screen. Watch him fire off the ball again. Boom. Hand right in the middle of my man's chest. Brady Christensen knocked off balance already. And watch Azeez shed that arm. Turn that corner. Rip underneath him. I mean, it's just beautiful. We haven't seen a pass rusher be able to do this on the edge for us in a long time. And look, PJ Walker has no idea what's coming. And he's just going to chase him down with the shoestring. So on this play, I'm going to highlight Dex. I mean, I can show some more Ojulari if I wanted to, but I wanted to highlight Dex because he controlled the line of scrimmage all day. This is what I expect from him. This is what I expect from, a guy 330, 340 pounds. Dude is a monster. But watch Dex fire off the ball, get his pressure, one-on-one. Doesn't matter how big your right guard is, Dex is going to get he's unblockable with one man. So he's going to turn that corner and watch PJ Walker think he's going to escape. You know, you got Dex all the way in the backfield, and look at the extension. Dex is pretty much on the ground. Look at the extension. He's going to get a piece of that foot. He's going to get a piece of that foot. I mean, he should not be able to make that play, but he does. And that's a sack. And right here on this play, this will be the last play I show you. Dexter Lawrence, 97, big man in the middle, lined up, fights that double team, starts to shed. I mean, look at it. You got two guys on him. This is what we've been waiting for. You got two duos. You got double teams across the line. Azeez is getting double teamed. Dex is getting double teamed. Austin Johnson is getting double teamed. By the way, Austin Johnson looked great at times. This could be a 40-minute video of me just showing highlights of the defensive line. Leo is singled. But Christensen actually does a pretty good job. Nice rep right here, number 70 for him. But Dex is getting double teamed. You're going to see him beat the double team, use his hands, continue to fight, start to rip. And as soon as he rips, you get the holding call. For me, a hold is a sack. I feel like if the defensive lineman causes a holding call, that's a sack. Now, of course, people will start to get like 25, 30 sacks. But if you cause a 10-yard penalty, in my book, that's a sack. And Dex got held a couple of times like that, got a couple penalties, and that changed the game because they lost 10 yards. All right, so I told you that last play was the last play I was going to show you, but how can I do that when Azeez Ojulari is making plays like this? Check this out, 51, right side of your screen. Just watch it. Poetry in motion. Dip. Look at the dip, man. Look at the bend. This is what people compare him to OC, and that's the only comparison you can make as far as Giants guys go. There's a lot of guys in the league that you can kind of compare him to as far as his twitchiness, his bendiness. But OC is a great comparison as far as Giants go. Again, getting that hand in the chest. He's a little bit more powerful than I think OC is as a pass rusher. And he keeps that long arm, keeps his hand in his chest. Soon as that hand starts to get free, he's getting under him. He's been in the corner at a sharp angle. And he's already got his hands on the quarterback. I'm telling you, people, these plays are going to start turning into sack fumbles. You already saw it in Atlanta. A lot of these plays are going to start to be sack fumbles. Azeez is hitting his stride. He's already got 5.5 sacks. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. These sacks are going to start to be game-changing plays. Azeez is going to go double digits this year. I'm sure of it. He's going to go double digits. And this is the guy we've been waiting for. Now, I don't know if he's going to ever be your, 20 sack, 18, 17, 16 sacks a season. He might not ever be that, but he's got the tools to be. Definitely does. And this is what we've been waiting for, people. Hopefully he can continue this throughout this season, and we can start to be a team that can actually get some pressure when we need it. So this is going to wrap up this film session. This was a fun game to watch back. I mean, because we pretty much dominated. I could have done the same thing for some parts on offense at times, but the defensive line really dominated this game. We played a lot of cover 3, a lot of cover 4 in this game. The coverage was great, allowed these D linemen to go to work. But Dexter Lawrence, shout out to Dexter Lawrence, shout out to Azeez. He had the best game statistically. Shout out to Leonard Williams. Shout out to Austin Johnson. I mean, this guy really jumped off the tape at times, and if he puts together another game like he did this week, I'm going to have to make an entire film session on Austin Johnson because the people got to know how he's playing. I was a guy who wanted to keep Dalvin, but if Austin Johnson plays like he played this past game, we made the right decision in letting Dalvin walk. I'm just telling you. So, hope you guys enjoyed this film session. Hopefully this defensive line can continue to play like they did. We got another offensive line coming up. That this offensive line on paper is really good, but the Chiefs are struggling. Let's see if we can make something happen. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.